We were formed as an organization really to confront the abuses of the coal industry primarily, and we do that. We represent miners in black lung claims.
Most private attorneys don't want to do federal black lung claims because the claims are very complex and take a very long time.
We'll take borderline cases that we think the miner has a shot. I've always enjoyed that about our work is we'll take cases that we don't know how it's going to turn out.
So I think we really have filled a need there. There are a few other attorneys that do the work, but not very many.
I think the ACLC's expertise in this area has been really so important to so many miners, and I think if we can get these folks their benefits, it makes a huge economic difference to that family.
You're already down and out, but they've helped me a lot, and I'd recommend them to anybody, and I do.
We represent miners in workplace safety, whistleblower protection claims.
What we offer is the individual counseling, the opportunity for the miner to have an attorney to advocate for his interest.
Most of the miners are afraid to do anything because they're afraid they'll lose their job.
There's a federal law that prohibits coal companies from discriminating against miners who raise safety issues at their workplace. And when they do that, then we typically file discrimination cases against those companies or other entities.
I was glad to see, hey, there's somebody else that'll stand up for a coal miner and do a good job at it.
But I think more people that do stands up, the more, that's going to encourage someone else to take a stand, because until everybody stands together, they're going to treat them the same way. There's nothing ever going to change.
And then we also do environmental justice work.
Those environmental issues were with us from the beginning, and so some of the early groups that I represented, they wanted to see whatever we could do to help those people who really wanted to protect their properties.
They know how to handle things in the right way, and they can sue a company with a smile on their face, but they get the job done.
Things are allowed to go on here that just wouldn't happen in other places because there is a lack of political power, and because there's an assumption from the people who do have power that you can kind of let things happen here and nothing's gonna, and there will be no repercussions. And so we're providing services to communities who are combating those kinds of issues.
What we've been trying to get across, and Mary's helped so much with this because she explains everything that's going on so that the people understand what's going on. And then they feel like that they can have a voice and not be laughed out as, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just being silly.
If the communities didn't have us on their side, it's much easier for those in power, whether they be the regulatory officials or the industry, whichever industry it may be, to continue ignoring them. We provide a voice to empower people.
We do individual cases, but we often do them kind of towards an eye of the larger impact they're going to have.
We now have employees that are working on that changing economy and what it becomes in Appalachia and who gets to make those decisions. And how do we deal with all the legacy costs of a century of mining?
And a lot of people, at the time they do need their help, is out of work because they've been fired or done wrong and done without a job. So they need somebody that'll help them, and not just anybody, they need the best. So when you go to them, you're gonna get the best.